Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I did a little picture of my gizmo, but then I hit the wrong thing and it went away, and I'm not going back in. And I'm not sitting in the sun. It was hot. It's too hot in the sun, so I moved my fuchsia into the view, and now I'm sitting in a completely different spot. I'm looking at my flowers. Good morning. Had a nice visit with my parents. My mom has her twiddle muff, although I don't know that they're giving it to her to twiddle, but it's still in her room. And they found my shawl that I gave her, so that's good news. And she's doing well. I took her to lunch with Daddy with his normal gang, and then up to his apartment to read her Time magazines and, sit and... So she's doing pretty well. Daddy's doing okay. Yeah, he's doing okay. He seems to be sort of in a good place mentally in terms of, how he's feeling, sort of upbeat enough considering everything. I said, you got to get off this oxygen. And he says, how do I do that? I'm like, I don't know. Breathe in the thing and do the thing, but yeah, I don't know. He has the oxygen all the time, and he lost his oximeter. Somebody probably took it thinking it was theirs. So that's a drag. We had two, but I only know where one is, And it's amazing that I know where that is, because, the rule of threes in this house is not insignificant. So anyway, it was a nice visit. It was a beautiful day to drive. It never got over like 81, but it was really weird coming home. When I got off the turnpike, I have about a 20-minute drive, 15, 20 minutes from the turnpike to my house. And although I went back a slightly different way than I had gone in the morning, because you know how you get behind those people whose driving makes you crazy? And and often it's a little bit unfair, but this guy, he was just making me crazy. And I'm like, I get to an intersection where I can go 2 out of the 3 ways to get home. And I'm like, whatever way he's going, I'm going the other way. So he went the way I would have typically gone and the way I had come in the morning. And so I went a different way. I went straight instead of turning. But as I was driving along, I noticed that there was a lot of, tree rubble in the road, and 2 or 3 broken trees near the road that I could see. I mean, I don't know what was going on further away from the road. And one was like uprooted. I'm like, what the heck was going on here when I wasn't here today? And lots of twigs and sticks and leaves on the road itself. So obviously there had been some kind of a wind event. And when I got close to my house, there was a sign saying road closed. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe you. And I went around the sign and kept going. And I could see where the road had been closed. There was a tree that had obviously been chopped up and moved off the road, probably by the people who lived on the road, as opposed to, some official crew. So it was like, I get home, I'm like, what the heck happened here? Oh, it's been so windy. Apparently it was just a huge wind event. Very annoying driver. And then, I was like, holy cow, what the heck has happened? So we didn't lose our power. It flickered several times, which made Pearl nervous, because she knows what that means. Thunder coming. Which did not come. It was very clear. And it's very clear today, not a cloud in the sky. And it's not very humid. I think it was 49% humidity, and it's been in the 65 to 70% humidity the last few days. So it is much less humid, but it is hot in the sun. So I'm with a breeze, I'm comfortable. We have the cleaners coming this afternoon, and typically we're on the deck when we can be, so have the dogs out here so that they can do their thing. And we might have to put the fan on us out here if there's not enough breeze, but it should be okay. Or it doesn't have to come out. She can come downstairs while they do the upstairs, and then she can go back upstairs when they do the downstairs if she doesn't want to come outside. But she should. She hasn't been out much lately because it's been really muggy and hot. So Sunday, after I talked to you, I decided, since I'm already into the strawberry gin that I did a month ago, I went back to the same place and got more strawberries, and it's blueberry season. So it turns out their strawberries are done, but they had some stunningly gorgeous strawberries from Canada, which I bought. And or oud or not, I have never seen so many strawberries that are completely red all the way through. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous. I'm eating one out of every 6 I haul. So she was hulling those, and I was picking through the blueberries. I got a whole flat of blueberries, which turned out to be too many blueberries. And we destemmed them because Dennis made blueberry sauce, which is like a blueberry jam, without any pectin or anything in it. So it's just boiled down. And it's delicious on top of his cheesecake. It's delicious on top of popovers with clotted cream, you know, that kind of thing. It's really good. So we got a bunch of that going in the freezer downstairs. He's making a cheesecake this week because Pat requested it. He said, "Pat, what should I make you?" And she said, "Oh, the only thing I want is a cheesecake." So he's making cheese. He was already planning on making it. He made the cream cheese the other day. So it will be made with homemade cream cheese and homemade yogurt, and it will be yummy with homemade blueberry sauce on top. Yeah. So he'll be doing that this week. But anyway, so we did blueberries, and I did a gallon of blueberry gin. I had done blueberry vodka before, but I'm not really drinking that much vodka lately. I've been doing the gin. So I made a gallon of blueberry gin. I didn't smash the blueberries. I think they're going to take a long time to infuse, but I got time. I bought a flat of the strawberries, but the Canadian strawberries only had 6 quarts in the flat, which turned out to be just about perfect. So I made 1 little quart of strawberry vodka, and the rest is all strawberry gin. So I need to take those down into the basement because they're going to need a month at least to infuse. The blueberry gin is going to take longer than that. I can just tell. I need to start working out my arms because I was going to smash some of those blueberries yesterday before I left. While I was making my coffee, I realized what I could use to smash them. They're already in the jar, you know. And the potato masher was too big. It wouldn't go in the jar. But I couldn't get the jar open. I thought, oh my gosh, if Dennis ever loses his grip, I'm never going to eat again. I got to start working out. I got to start getting stronger. I wonder how many months I'm going to be telling you that before I actually do something. It'll be, yeah, you want to take some bets? It's going to be a while. But I'm working on it, you know, I'm thinking about it. I didn't craft with Christy on Sunday night. Her sleeping is still wacky from her European trip. So hopefully I'll be able to talk to her this week. Get the scoop on her trip and how she's doing and that kind of thing. She will be coming in 3 weeks, perhaps. 3 weeks, something like that. So I will see her soon. Meanwhile, Russ and Pat are coming on Friday. Told my dad I would be back next Monday, but they don't leave until Monday morning, so I think I'll call them tonight and say, I'm coming Tuesday or Wednesday. Which day is better for you? And let him pick when I come. I did his bills. Oh, I was going to show. I'll show you another day. I'm not going back in. I did take a drawing of his feet. And they're pretty close. They're close enough that I'm just going to make 2 slippers exactly the same. Maybe the leather underneath will tell whether it's right or left. I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. But I haven't started that yet. And yeah. Got up early today. I sat out here for an hour. That's how I knew I didn't want to be in the sun. I woke up early and I could have used more sleep, but I was awake and I was just thinking negative thoughts. I wasn't arguing with anybody in my head. I was just thinking about things that weren't making me happy to think about, So I decided it was time to get up, make myself a cup of coffee, see how it was outside. When the breeze is breezing here, it's actually lovely in the shade. Yeah, just to change my position and get my coffee and try not to think about things that were not uplifting. And it was funny because Aura was already awake, it was 8:15, which is early for her. She was already awake and dressed. Well, anytime she has something going on that she remembers is going on, she gets up early. If somebody's coming to visit or whatever, and the cleaning service is coming today. So she had organized some clothes that were clean and needed to be put away, and she was all sitting there dressed. I said, You're up early. And she says, Is it early? I said, Yeah, it's 8:15. She says, Oh. She didn't know what time it was. I've been sitting here thinking about my mother-in-law. She and her mother-in-law did not get along. Her mother-in-law is long gone. I'm like, Aura, I was sitting there thinking sad, not good thoughts that were making me sad. I recommend that you go watch your Eagles and stop thinking about her. Gave her her coffee and her pills. And then I just went up and took Dennis's coffee, and I went in to see if she wanted another cup of coffee, and she was, I'm thinking about my mother-in-law. I'm like, stop that. So I got her one of her logs. Read this. So I'll give her something else to think about. She won't have to think about her mother-in-law who is long gone. Aura is such an amazing, sweet, lovely woman. I can't imagine being mean to her. I can't imagine a better daughter-in-law than my mother-in-law. So anyway, I'm like, stop thinking about that. Here, read your log. I gave her one from 2017. She's like, oh, Dennis and Barb came over and played cards last night. I'm like, yeah, right, exactly. I think she flipped to February. Oh, and it snowed. I'm like, yeah, it snowed. Probably the last snow we had. That's not true. We've had snow since 2017, but anyway. So that's it. It was a good trip. It was a nice visit. The good news was Mama had her stuff, which was crazy great. And I did, I wrote some checks for Daddy. I double checked, the bill for Harmony where he lives and talked to the lady. Got that straightened out, so that was good. Sent my brother a grocery list. Daddy wanted me to go grocery shopping. I'm like, Daddy, I gotta go. Gotta go. It's late. I was there quite a while. But my brother does the shopping for him, so I sent him a list. These are the things Daddy's running low on. And he will get them for her. Yeah. So anyway, which is nice. He does a lot for my father. They were there on Sunday and rearranged things. We got one of those lift recliners. Daddy has signed up for hospice because he does not want any extraordinary intervention for anything. And they're providing him with a lift chair in his living room. He's got a lift sleeping chair in his bedroom. So now he has one in both places. So they did some rearranging of the living room and got things organized, and that was nice on Sunday. So when I came in, I'm like, oh, it's all different. Where's Mama going to sit? It worked out. Anyway, it was a nice visit. I'm planning on going back next week. I guess I'll go Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever he decides. And see if he, has any more bills or needs. I'm going to have to go to the bank one of these days and figure out how to bank online and, figure out how to pay some of these bills online or with his credit card. So we only have to write one check instead of 5. That would be good. Otherwise, we're going to have to get more checks. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm home. Gonna straighten up a little bit. Make sure I'm ready for Terry and Pete, our cleaning team. Husband and wife team who come and clean us. They're lovely. Dennis leaves them a bottle of wine as part of their tip. And Terry brings back the empty bottle every time. Oh, it was so delicious. My sister-in-law drank most of it. She's always doing that. So they like Dennis's wine. That's not all we give them for a tip. But they do appreciate it. They're lovely. Anyway, so the house will be clean when Russ and Pat come on Friday. Dennis is going to be making a cheesecake. Life is good. Life is good. Everybody's okay in State College, so. And I have banished the negative thoughts for the time being. Doing my best. Doing my best. Take a look at, I'll show you tomorrow my dad's foot drawings. See what I can do with those. And I need to start cutting up the sweater, thinking about the best way to deal with the sweater. I'm wondering if I can make slippers for myself or my mother out of it too. I bet I can. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Meanwhile, please take good care of yourselves. I hope your weather is suiting you perfectly. And all is well. Meanwhile, stay safe and stay sane.